just the scales, you know, the minor one. Just that kind of stuff, and the basic, forever, just before we play, I always do that, and all the things I do, just as far as the warm up, for this type of music, just there's little pulsating rhythms and. A lot of the times I'll just say it's basic, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with the just the whole attack of it, and just simple little stuff like that, but I'll do it forever, essentially a lot of the heavier guitar players always like to do the downstroke, but just from I guess the kind of school that I grew up in, alternate picking makes it a little easier. Some people like James Hetfield can do it really cool and do the downstroke the whole time, but just like. Someone's like just kind of whatever it just feels natural to do, but like songs like Waffle, and John will do a lot of the downstroke, and I sometimes I do. It depends on when we record songs, I always do the downstroke. But live, it tends to be a little easier to have that. The Terminator, we have a section where there's no actual solo in the song, but there's a part where we'll break it down and we actually do a little this Sabbath thing. We do that, and I'll put a solo in the middle of that. There's a section. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll start just doing just. And then just throw in little things like that all night, but not necessarily solos, but just.
Can you break those down for us a little bit? Slow down a little bit?
This is my favorite thing to do. It's like the kind of thing I stole from Zach Wild. It's like it just kind of makes the illusion of playing faster than you really are with the slide, and then it's like. It's the slide that really makes it, really interesting. Fun stuff. Zach Wild, you're the man.
How did you learn to do this kind of stuff from from when you didn't know how to play any lead? How did you get to this point?
This minor scale that someone taught me, it's always came into play with all that. It's just one scale that just during the a lot of guitar players that play in minor, a lot of them like to play in E, basic tuning or whatever, in this position around this area right here. And this one, when I was first starting to do solos, I would do just typical single notes, like. That region there is just always fun to. Once you figure out a play comfortability, it's kind of just I always started out with, like I said before. Just do different assortments of that, and then use your mind and your imagination, and you start doing like that. And for some reason, once I learned that little area, just kind of move it over, in different tunings, like A, the same thing, but just down, It's the same register if you move it around. It's just I don't know. I guess I'm answering your question. That as far as solos, that was the first thing that really made a difference to me. Just the understanding that you don't have to do a lot of movement. A lot of people always just try to be really fast or try to do that, and they skip the you keep saying to play slow. And that's what I always loved when people would try to teach me something. They have to be really you have all the things, alternate picking. And you just gotta, start off slow and build up to it. Just one of those things, you just have to have the coordination. You have to learn the coordination before you start moving up to the lead. Some people have really natural hands; they can do it a little faster. If that's the case, then move on. But I just always tend to tell people, as far as beginners, to play it slow, as long and as dreadful as if you get really bored with it, you have to realize that the more you do it, the more comfortability your hand's going to have, the more just used to it. And like after you do it for hours, the next thing you'll find when you pick up a guitar, you're like, oh damn, this is a little easier now. It's not as hard, and my fingers aren't getting as many calluses as they. It's just a long, slow process if you want to build up for those kind of things.